Alrighty guys, today in FabriCAM we're going to be looking at how to move your flat parts using the secondary toolbar. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Otherwise, we're back into the program here. Now, from our previous video, we had this little file open, trying to rotate shapes. So now today we're going to be looking at the second one, which is the actual movement tool. Now, there is a few things important about this, which can be frustrating if you're not aware of it, but I will show you guys in a minute. I'm just going to reset this rotation just so it is a good idea with this secondary toolbar to reset your options. Otherwise, it might confuse you a bit later. So that is something to keep in mind. So now let me show you what or how to use it. So let's say we want to move this block, which we know is 600 wide. We want to move this 600 to the right. And then we go 600, simply click this move tool, and then it will move it 600 for us. So that is very handy to be aware of. But where it gets tricky, let's say now I want to move this about 400 down. Well, I think how much was these spaces? I think they were about 300. So let's go with 300 down. Then what we actually want to do is we want to select this, and then we want to go minus 300, and then we click the move tool. But as you can see there, it didn't go 300 down to 300 down and 600 sideways. So as you can see over here, the 600 is still there. So unless you change this value, let me zoom in for you guys again. Let's fix our zoom and just move this toolbar out the way to the secondary monitor. So now, as you guys can see, unless you reset this, it's going to automatically add that with the next function. So that's why I say get in the habit of resetting this once you're done. So I'm just going to undo that. We move it back to the place. What you would want to do is we're going to select this, make it 0, click move, and then okay, now nothing's, then I have my shape selected. And that is also very important. Good thing that happened. So make sure your shape is selected, otherwise nothing's going to happen. Click that and it moves it 300 down. Now obviously 300 in opposite direction, you're going to just remove that minus, then we click, it will move it 300 up again. Now another thing which can be quite frustrating is, for instance, let's say I want to now go negative 300 again. I click here in front of the 300, I press my minus, and as you can see there, I'll zoom in for you guys. If I press minus, nothing happens. So what you want to do is you want to make sure everything's selected, then you press minus, and then only you can go to a negative value. So that is something to also keep in mind with this feature. With a positive, you don't have to worry. You can simply just make sure there's no minus, and then it will do it for you. So yeah, just to recap, so there's a few things to keep in mind with this. It can be a bit tricky at first, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes more simple. So now, first thing is, if you've set a value, you need to click this icon in order for the action to take effect. And you have to have a shape selected which you want to be affected. Another thing is you can set it to positive and negative. So positive, it will be just a normal number. Negative, you have to have your text selected, minus, and then the number. So you cannot put the minus in front of a number, otherwise it won't work. So that is also something to keep in mind. But like I said, once you get the hang of it, it's rather simple. The nice thing about this is you can move it to exact locations. If you want to only move it up a centimeter or maybe 2 centimeters, then you can do it with this method. But yeah, otherwise that is it on the actual move tool. It can be very handy once you get the hang of it. Otherwise, if we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.